All right, y'all. We're not talking about figures. We're not showing figures. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. You read the title of this video. We're gonna get into it, and I want this video to go viral because I think a lot of shit needs to be said, and I think a lot of this stuff needs to get out there because people are assuming and don't even know the real deal behind everything. So with that being said, yes, we are going to talk about Q. Now, how did all this information come across me? Back and forth, I chit chat with Q probably for the past 8 to 9 months. Why? Well, I was one of them who wanted to know why he does what he does. This was after I got crucified for recasting a head that I own to make multiple figures of. And that was a no-no. I guess that was a no-no and I wasn't supposed to do that. And I got crucified for it. So he felt comfortable talking to me because of the fact my name was put out there because of that. I'm the type where I'm not going to talk shit about you behind the computer. I'm not going to talk and threaten you over the phone. If I see you in person and I got an issue with you, I'm going to try and squash it out right then and there. I don't necessarily have to run up on you and beat some ass. I'm not that type of person. But if I got beef or whatever and I see you face to face, then we need to do that face to face and not this over the computer. And that's a very, I hate that. I can't stand, I call them computer board pussies. When you talk shit about somebody over a computer board, but when you see that person 5 feet away from you and you don't say a fucking word, that makes you a computer board pussy. With that being said, Q was at FanCon. And certain members of the Freaks were there that cannot stand him, and nobody said a word to him, except for one. But this individual went to him to negotiate on buying a figure from him. Why would you do that if you can't stand him and you talk mad shit about him? If you got a beef with him, say it. Don't walk away and say, ooh, I really want to say something to him. Ooh, ooh. And you walk off. That doesn't make any sense. So I want to know why he does what he does. Break it down. Give me the whole story to it. About 2.5 years ago, it's almost close to 3 years ago, when the 1/6 Expo out in Cali went down, a particular artist, I'm not going to put out any names, but a particular artist stayed over at Q's house. And Q broke it down, was like, hey, how do you make molds? Right here, can you show me how to make a mold and how to recast a head? And this artist showed him. Common sense would say, this dude owns a shop and he sells 1/6 collectibles. You don't think that he's going to start making some money by recasting? Well, this artist who knows what he's doing showed him how to do it, and he perfected it. Were the sales going to jump in right immediately and start selling stuff? No. What started the whole selling was the 10 percenters. The 10 percenters is what is the bad part of Sideshow Freaks. It's the people that make that website 10% shit. Over abuse of power on there. Moderators that ban people and have no proof of whatever it was that they did to get banned. In my case, I was said I did this and I did that, but when I asked Art or Dave, show me the proof, he had no proof to show me. He just went off the he said, she said. when there's a lot of members on there, Turbo versus Ozone, who should have been fucking banned by now because he runs his fucking mouth. He runs it way too much. And he's never been banned and will never be banned because he's too buddy-buddy with the higher-ups that run that website. So he'll never be banned. So why don't we might as well just say it. He'll never be banned. So with that being said, that bullshit that goes on the Freaks pretty much made it to the point where he was like, you know what? I'm going to piss those people off. Since they act like that and they run that site like that, I am going to piss them the fuck off. I'm going to make them rip the hair out of their scalps. And that's when he started selling. But when he started selling, he was thinking, nah, ain't nobody going to really buy this shit from me. You know, their loyalty to buying the original is going to be there. And that money started piling up. People started coming and buying left and right. One good example, Walter White. We all love him. We love Breaking Bad. But he was doing something illegal. Why was he doing it? He was making that money. And what do you call that? You call that a hustle. And that's exactly what Q is doing. Is it wrong? Yeah. Is it wrong to cook meth? Yeah. But you're making a shitload of fucking money. And money talks. I don't care what anybody says. Money talks. I don't think there's anybody that can sit there and tell me if they find a bag full of money and it totaled out to $2 million that you would take it and return it. Don't sit there and tell me, Scout's honor, I will take it back to the bank or whatever. No, you won't. You will take that money because money talks. There is no integrity when it comes down to the 1/6 collectible world. There is no integrity. And I'm going to give you some examples. The Walter White head sculpt. There's only one way to get it, the original. There was a deal made by the artist with another artist out in Spain that has the original sculpt. The only way to get that sculpt is to pay $200. It gets painted and shipped to you. The paint job is not that great. And actually somebody bought the head sculpt for $200 and then bought Q's head sculpt and compared it. Q's was better. The other one had a line, bubbles, horrible. But Q's was better. Everybody sits there and they say his head sculpts look like shit. They don't. I can tell a recast that came out and looks like shit. But if you know what you're doing, and he was taught by one of the best, he knows what he's doing. And those heads are pretty damn good. That is why people constantly continue to buy. What are you going to do? Buy a $50 head or are you going to buy a $200 head? Don't tell me you're going to buy a $200 head so you can have the original. You're not going to do that. Because all of a sudden, all these people are popping up with Walter White figures. They're sitting there saying, oh, I just got my Walter White. It's perfect. I'm done. How did you get that head sculpt? There are no more originals. How did you get it? There are certain artists, paint artists, who show, this is my Walter White, I just painted it. How did you get the head sculpt? There are no more. There's only one way you can get it, and that's through Q. But everybody swears up and down they have the original. Come on, man. You bought it from Q, and you got it painted. But if you mention that you bought it from Q, you'll be an outcast. The second one is it blew my fucking mind yesterday. It blew my mind so hard that when he told me, I ran out of my apartment and I did 10 laps around my apartment, came back in freezing cold, and I was like, wow, I cannot believe it. When I say a wolf in sheep's clothing, As of yesterday, this is breaking news on Odell's YouTube channel. Yesterday, I found out the source who gave Q the Blondie head sculpt to recast. And when he told me that person's name, I was like, wow. Wow. And dude, if you are watching this video, you know I don't like you. And you are lucky I ain't a fucking snitch. Because I could put your name on blast right now, and this video goes viral and everybody sees it. I've got the email. I've got the proof. I could put your name on blast. This dude is a well-respected collector on the Freaks, and he supplied Q with the head. I don't like you, and oh, you're lucky I'm a nice person, because I could put your name on blast. But I said I wasn't going to say a word. And part of me not sitting there saying a word is because it will discredit you with a lot of people, a lot of artists that will sit there and be like, wow, a wolf in sheep's fucking clothing. When I heard this yesterday, that's when I said there is no integrity in the 1/6 collectible world. So people, don't pop up saying this is the original cast, because 90% you're probably fucking lying and it is a recast. So integrity's thrown out the door. Let's just face it. And it's just not this one collector that supplies him with the heads. Let's make this very clear. I don't supply him with anything. I don't. He has enough people on the Freaks who are well respected by many others that supply him with the heads. Why do they do it? Because of those 10%ers. Those individuals that open their fucking mouth like Turbo versus Ozone and talk shit about other people. They don't like that. So what do? To get back, they supply him with the head. And it pisses those people off on the Freaks, making them rip their hair out, and they sit back and laugh and they enjoy it. That is the truth, people. That is the truth. He has plenty of help. To the artists, don't make them limited edition. Sell the head sculpt. Do what Rain Man does. Don't just sit there and just sell the figure and that's it. Offer the head sculpt. Offer the clothing set. You will make money. People will purchase this. But when you make shit very limited like they did with the DX head sculpt and only did 36, guess what happens? People hyped it up. Now he got the head sculpt and made over $3,000 so far off of it. And he's making more money on it. Money talks, people. Money talks. With that being said, hopefully that sheds some light on some things. And to that one motherfucker, you, like I said, ooh. There's no integrity, people. There is no integrity. Because that person who gave him that head sculpt, woo, will make y'all sit there and be like, wow, he did that. With that being said, I should sit there and negotiate with Dark Lord Dave and be like, yo, put me back on the Freaks and I'll tell you who it is. But fuck that. You lucky I'm a nice dude, man. And then the threats. I gotta hook my computer up because my shit's about to go out. The threats. People fucking making phone calls and threatening people over the phone because of their collection. Man, grow the fuck up. For real. this shit is not that serious, but a lot of people take it very seriously. Here's my thing. I don't get up in the morning and walk over to these detox and look up and down and jerk my shit while I'm looking at these figures. It's not that serious. First thing I fucking think about when I wake up in the morning is the wild fucking dream I had with Paula Patton with her fine ass. And then I get up, I go brush my teeth, and I get my shit ready for work. That's what I do. And then when I come home, I hit that motherfucking gym. I go out there and I go chill at the pub, sit back, have a few. Some fine ass girls that work up there too. I'm thinking about who am I gonna fuck probably this weekend. I'm not thinking about these toys, these 12-inch figures. I don't take that shit serious. So my advice to everybody out there, to make it easier to everybody else and on yourself, worry about your collection. Don't worry about who has what in their collection, and then you get jealous because you don't have it, and then you got to sit there and start making threatening phone calls. Respect everybody's shit. It's plain and simple. I don't have that much, but I enjoy looking at Carlos's videos. I enjoy looking at his collection. He has a shitload of stuff, but I enjoy it. I don't hate it. I don't hate that he grabs 2 or 3 figures. I don't. A very good friend of mine, Alex Leong, on Facebook. This dude literally has a Hot Toys collection. I'm going to probably say more than Carlos. Like, this guy gets, I don't know how he does it. Must have money or connect. But on his Facebook page, he gets like 4 figures of the same figure when they come out. He gets like 4 each. His collection is massive. But I don't hate on him. I sit there and I'm like, damn, bruh. I don't know who you got as a connect or how your wallet is, but damn. To buy 4 of each figure that comes out is nuts. But that's your shit. I don't hate on him. Good friend of mine. Marlo. I don't mean hate on him. He has a whole bunch of shit. He needs to clean up some of it, but I don't hate on him. Even the fucking Clipper King. Even though me and him don't get along, Clipper has a badass fucking collection. Better than mine. But I don't hate on it. So for this individual, who I'm pretty much sure I know who you are, who wants to make threatening phone calls to people, grow the fuck up, man. Really, grow up. These are fucking toys, man. These are toys. Introduce yourself to a woman. Introduce yourself to pussy. You will think less of these things and think more on that. I don't know if that was a good... Y'all know me. Don't take this shit serious. If this person's going to recast, he's going to recast. There's a supply and there's a demand. People are going left and right. I'm sorry, but if you're making $3,000 in a week and you're still making more money, the artist needs to step up and say, yo, I'm going to take that money back from you and just offer this. When I do a sale on things, I'm going to offer the head sculpts. That's how you beat the recasters. But when you make shit limited and say, oh, I'm not selling that no more, guess where everybody's going to go to? Enough said, people. Ooh, that dude. Ooh. If I see your ass in person, I'm going to pull you to the fucking corner and say, don't you ever talk shit about me ever again. Ooh, sheep or a wolf in sheep's clothing.